Ethan Parker had never planned to attend the charity gala. As a single father raising his 9-year-old son, Noah, alone, his weekends were usually spent helping with homework, coaching soccer games, and catching up on household chores. But his best friend insisted he needed a night out for once. Just one evening, his friend said, "You deserve it." Reluctantly, Ethan agreed. The event was hosted by Victoria Langford, the billionaire CEO of a global technology company. Known for her intelligence and business success, Victoria was one of the most influential women in the country. Ethan felt completely out of place among luxury cars, designer suits, and famous guests. After months of stress and exhaustion, he made the mistake of accepting too many drinks during the evening. By midnight, he realized he shouldn't drive home. Unfortunately, the combination of fatigue and alcohol left him disoriented. While trying to find the exit, he accidentally wandered into a private guest suite reserved for VIP attendees. Thinking it was an empty lounge area, Ethan sat down to rest for a few minutes. The next thing he knew, sunlight was streaming through the curtains. His eyes opened slowly. And he nearly fell off the couch. Victoria Langford was sitting across the room drinking coffee. For several seconds, Ethan couldn't speak. His mind raced through 1,000 terrible possibilities. "Good morning," Victoria said calmly. Ethan immediately stood up. "I am so sorry," he blurted out. "I have absolutely no idea how I ended up here." To his surprise, Victoria laughed. Apparently, security footage had already explained everything. The CEO had discovered an exhausted, intoxicated single father asleep on her couch the night before. Rather than having him removed, she instructed security to let him rest. "You spent the entire night snoring," she informed him. Ethan turned bright red. "And talking in your sleep about soccer practice." That somehow made the situation even more embarrassing. After confirming that nothing inappropriate had happened, Ethan apologized again and prepared to leave. Before he reached the door, Victoria asked a question. "Why were you talking about soccer practice?" The conversation that followed lasted nearly an hour. Ethan told her about Noah. About becoming a widower. About working multiple jobs to give his son a stable life. Victoria listened carefully. Unlike most people she met, Ethan never asked about her wealth, her company, or her connections. He simply treated her like a normal person. When he finally left, both assumed they would never see each other again. They were wrong. A week later, Victoria unexpectedly visited the community center where Ethan coached youth soccer. She claimed she was nearby for business. No one believed that explanation. Especially not Noah. Over the following months, Victoria found more and more reasons to stop by. She attended games. She volunteered at community events. She even helped Noah prepare for a school science competition. The powerful CEO who commanded thousands of employees seemed happiest when she was sitting in folding chairs cheering for children playing soccer. For Ethan, the friendship grew naturally. Victoria never judged his modest lifestyle. She admired his devotion to Noah. And for the first time in years, Ethan felt comfortable sharing his life with someone. One evening, nearly a year after the gala, Victoria joined Ethan and Noah for dinner. As they cleared the table, Noah suddenly looked at Victoria. "Are you going to marry my dad?" Both adults nearly dropped what they were holding. "Noah," Ethan said. "What?" Noah asked innocently. "You already spend more time here than anyone else." Victoria burst into laughter. Months later, after many conversations, shared experiences, and countless soccer games, Ethan proposed during a quiet walk in the park. Victoria said yes immediately. At the wedding, reporters expected a lavish celebrity event. Instead, they found something surprisingly simple. The ceremony focused on family. Noah stood proudly beside his father. Victoria walked down the aisle smiling brighter than any camera had ever captured. During the reception, someone jokingly asked how they first met. Victoria grinned. "Well, technically, he fell asleep in my private suite." The room erupted with laughter. Ethan shook his head. Worst first impression of my life. Victoria squeezed his hand. Best one of mine. And as Noah rolled his eyes at the story for the 100th time, everyone agreed that sometimes the most unexpected beginnings lead to the happiest endings. The wedding may have ended, but for Ethan, Victoria, and Noah, the real story was only beginning. The first few months of marriage were an adjustment for everyone. Victoria was used to managing a multinational company where people followed her instructions immediately. At home, things worked very differently. One evening, she carefully organized the kitchen pantry according to a color-coded system. The next morning, Noah had turned it into a snack treasure hunt. Another time, Victoria created a detailed weekend schedule for the family. Within 2 hours, Ethan and Noah had abandoned it completely to build a treehouse in the backyard. At first, Victoria found the chaos frustrating. Then she realized something. For years, her entire life had been controlled by calendars, meetings, and deadlines. The messy unpredictability of family life wasn't a problem. It was a gift. Meanwhile, Ethan struggled with a different challenge. The media couldn't understand why one of the world's most successful CEOs had married a modest single father. Articles appeared everywhere. Some claimed Ethan must have secretly been wealthy. Others suggested he had some